Oh, it's titty time. Oops. Got some pasta sauce over there. It's titty time. How's everybody doing? No, it's not titty time. It's actually Tandy time. How is everybody doing? Today's a fun day. It's a fun show. We're giving away some fun, rare moments. One such moment is the, what was it? The Rising Stars? Yes. Rising Star Series 2, Ja Morant. That was a very desirable moment in times past. And it still is a very desirable moment if you ask me, especially for Fast Break. I think Ja Morant is going to have a big year. I think a lot of the smart people are saying that the Grizzlies could be one of those surprising teams this year. They were a great team last season, but due to the injury bug, they got crushed. But let's see what happens this season. It could be a big year for the Grizzlies. So we'll see. And we got some loyal only tans in the chat. Alexo's here and Hugo and Boss and Boston based. And Stan Love says Tandy is going to tell us why getting 3 moments in 5 moment packs is a good thing. Hashtag ad. You know what, Stan? I will tell you that. Let's see. Yeah, let's play some music for this one. Can I hear it? Stan, let me tell you something. 3 moments in a 5 moment pack are actually really, really good because the last 2 moments in that pack are actually crap. They already told us that the last 2 moments were just going to be common, so who really cares? The only good stuff you were going to get was in the first 3 moments, so who cares about the last 2 moments? All right, let's keep it going. Chubby is here and he's happy. Airplane mode. The sands of time with a kiss emoji. I like it. Timer squats about the wine. Top G's only. Jesse Lemon is here. Tandy is flush with rares these days. Absolutely. Zach Edie's gonna kill it. Coin Flipper says, let's effing go. Banana is here. She says, what up? Quick, what up? Tandy checking. All right. Stan says Gangstar is never coming back after that. Yeah, I know. Bars. If you guys want, we'll put that on Spotify and we'll make just crazy revenue off of that. Yeah, I'm gonna get canceled on YouTube. They're gonna shut me down. Anyways, what were we talking about? Let's start out though by saying thank you to our wonderful sponsor, although they might pull their sponsorship after that attempt at rapping. But of course, that is Top Shot Beta Coin. No direct affiliation with NBA Top Shot, but if you haven't gotten involved yet with Top Shot Beta Coin, you need to get involved. They are giving away Beta Coin every single day this summer. And we just saw a recent one, which was the feedback. All you had to do is send feedback to Dapper Labs, and you could get Beta Coin. We've just seen some really interesting ways of giving back to the community. And honestly, I know that I'm shilling because I am partnered with Top Shot Beta Coin. But seriously, what else have you seen that is doing these kind of things? That is actually giving back? That got peeps. I think they gave someone a Fanatics gift card or something like that when it was the Fanatics Fest going on. We know what they're doing with the Nine Lives Lounge, giving a bunch of Beta Coin to the Nine Lives Lounge, letting them do whatever they want with it. So, in my opinion, in my very biased opinion, Top Shot Beta Coin is where it's at. You got to get involved. If you are part of this lovely community, let's show the drop.
Hey, no.
Oh, yes. Chubby says the man has bars for days, as we say in the UK. Maybe next time I'll do a UK style rap, Chubby. I'll try to prepare for it because that is a different sounding rap. And it's also kind of a funny sounding rap. I like UK rap. Don't really listen to it, but I think it's fun when I hear it. So anyways, guys, let's just kill some time today, shall we? I don't have a whole lot to talk about, to be perfectly honest. Alexo, my showrunner, did send me some advice, some possible topics that we could talk about. As we know, the Fanatics Fest did happen. Chubby Rap, maybe we could do that too, Airplane. The Fanatics Fest did happen. We saw what's his face, Fanatics little guy who's my brain isn't working. I didn't sleep well again last night, but is it Michael something? I forget. But yeah, he was there, of course, dressed up in a Patriots gear with Drewski. So what's great when you see what this guy's doing for Fanatics Fest is just the amount of resources he pours into this thing to make it a huge thing. We saw Tom Brady there buying his cards. We saw Grant Williams pull a huge Luka Doncic card that could be potentially worth $500,000 or more. So it was just fun. And of course, as someone who collects digital, and I'm sure all you also who collect digital, you wonder, how can Top Shot be a part of that? And how can Top Shot sort of capture that same kind of excitement that we see from the physical card world? Like group breaks is definitely a thing. And I remember when packs were a little more volatile and the hits were crazier, group breaks were amazing. I mean, we were doing those on this stream. The Judgy famously ripped some crazy packs when he was getting those Series 1 packs when it was really hard to get those. You had to trade in a bunch of trade tickets to get Series 1 packs. And I remember he pulled a Steph Curry. I think he pulled a Giannis, both Top Shot debuts. Anyway, point being that, yes, breaks are fun, and they can be fun on digital as well. But as far as we know, Top Shot did not have a presence there. They didn't have a booth or a kiosk. And of course, we would love to see something like that in the future because we just think it makes sense. Surprising enough, though, Jacob did share some tweets that he was there. Jacob was in the building. So I wonder if Jacob was walking around with like a little note card, a little handouts, or if he was just kind of hanging out and having fun. But one of the more sort of entertaining stories from the Fanatics Fest was that he said he met this guy named Schools, and Schools went and he bought a Russell Westbrook legendary, and then he went back and bought a bunch of more moments, and Schools loves NBA Top Shot. And then, I mean, listen, you can have a scandalous Twitter feed and also be a big NBA Top Shot fan. Like those two things don't have to not, I'm sure people in here, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house or something like that. I'm sure there's people who tweet about titties and all types of things that also enjoy NBA Top Shot. There's nothing wrong with titties. I have titties. Anyway, so Schools, let's share what he said here. I don't even know what this was in response to, but it's a pretty funny tweet. Schools says, "Hey, Titty Man here with a robot muscle, a robot flexing bicep." He says, "So you judge me off my love for titties, available for all of us to see." All right, I think he's talking about maybe Twitter titties. Just blindsided to Top Shot's growth. So interesting jump there he made from public titties to Top Shot's growth. I'm not quite sure how those two things are related, but let's keep going. I've heard bad things about Top Shot, but I'm a man. Grown ass man who isn't afraid to take a risk, spend money in the marketplace, and rip open a pack. That's what we like to hear. Hopefully legendary, and then return to X for laughs and titties. What man wouldn't? To be honest, I speak for every man when I say titties are this nation's backbone. And after I read that, I thought maybe this guy's got a future in politics. You know, I kind of wish we had the political music in the back and I could read that again with the like, do, 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 you know. To be honest, I speak for every man when I say titties are this nation's backbone. Ask not what your titties can do for you, but what you can do for your titties. It's got a ring to it. Anyway, I say any new users who are active on Twitter, whether they are liking and retweeting titties or not, are welcome into the NBA Top Shot community.
We love the community.
Let's catch up on the comments. Top Shot Hot Chat says, you got to get the young crowd that can understand digital/blockchain advantages. The get off my lawn crowd are too set in their ways. Boston Base says, Jacob recruiting new users one at a time. Stan says, Ku Klux Klan rally recruiting next. Boston says, recruiting users at the strip club. And I like the idea that he was genuinely offended. People are loving the no sleep Tandy Man. That's right. What else should we talk about? So Alexo told me we should talk about the DNC, the Democratic National Convention. Okay, Alexo actually wants to see the handshake clip for the titties. Okay, let's do it.
So I appreciate it. Yeah, man, that was an awkward fist bump. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Just gonna clip that. It's gonna go viral. Jesus Christ. No, I appreciate it. It was weird.
Yeah. So Democratic National Convention. I'd be lying if I said I watched it. I did see some highlights though. I saw that Joe Biden was up there and didn't. He was coherent. That was good. He didn't tell people to vote for Putin or vote for Trump. So that is definitely, you got to take that as a win. Obama went up there and he kind of seemed to make a dick joke, if you ask me, talking about how Trump is obsessed with size of his crowds, and he kind of went like this. That was, to me, that has got to be the highlight. That has to be the highlight of the Democratic National Convention. Other than that, I don't know. Did anything interesting happen? I mean, I saw this one clip of like, I guess it was a couple, and the one guy had some kind of I don't know how to put this correctly. What's the PC way? He had like a speech, maybe like a major speech impediment. He was like, disabled of some sort, and that was sort of making the rounds on Twitter because no one could understand what he was saying. And then the lady was like, "We met at the last Democratic National Convention." That was a little weird, but good for them. True love is not nice. That's what Jonathan Richmond says. So that's about all I got for the Democratic National Convention. Don't have a whole lot there. But otherwise in politics, apparently there's a rumor going around that RFK Jr. might join Trump. I don't know. What did they say? I don't think he would fill in as the VP to take JD Vandersloot's spot. That would be interesting, though. That just really shows you how politics really is like watching pro wrestling. It's all pro wrestling. I'm even hearing that Kamala Harris might get replaced. I'm like, what? If that happens, this is really, truly, Vince McMahon is writing these storylines. Vince McMahon, what a creep. What else do we got here? All right, Banana's going back to work. See ya, Banana. We'll see ya. Judge was going for a kiss, right? Asked Boston Base. It did seem that way. I mean, I think that Judge probably did like a summer abroad trip into Europe, like Italia or something, where like you kiss another man on the cheek. Bill Clinton made fun of Trump's age as bad the wine, really? And Little John performed Turned Down for What? Did he really? Wow. Okay. What else? So we talked about boobs. That's definitely Alexa asked that we talk about boobs. We talked about the DNC. He also told me that Tony is back. So here we go. K Dunn said, did we cover Tony and the ginger bloke debacle? We did not. So we could talk about the Tony ginger bloke debacle. So I did tune into some of that. I was making dinner. I saw it come up on my feed. It said Top Shot Tony and Drew Austin. That would be the ginger bloke. And I tuned in. And Top Shot Tony, of course, is doing the Top Shot Tony thing. But it was actually like really a fun listen because Drew was taking it very seriously. And Top Shot Tony, of course, was his usual sarcastic Top Shot Tony self, just trying to make jokes. And I thought it was actually pretty entertaining. So if you haven't listened, you should listen. I don't really know what to recap there, but basically, Tony likes to make jokes about Top Shot, basically. Sarcastic, probably slightly negative jokes, but that's the Top Shot Tony personality. And sort of likes to give Drew Austin a hard time because Drew Austin is one of the major Top Shot fans, or should we say simps.
Let's sim.
Let's sim.
Let's sim.
Let's sim. Let's sim. Let's sim.
Yeah. Any excuse to use that video. And who won? I don't know. Was there a winner or a loser? I don't know. It was just entertaining. But Boston Base with the very nice sticker. Thank you, sir. Ice cream so good. And Boston says 420, blaze it with some clouds. All right. Blaze it responsibly, folks. And QA, nice little follow-up to Blaze It, says that burn season on Top Shot. And that's true. We can definitely talk about that. Anyway, K Dunn is in the house, says Chubby. But yeah, burn season. So let's talk about that for a second. One thing that you probably saw was that we burned almost 50,000 moments. In other words, almost an entire 60K Bruce Brown. We burned it, and people got back $10 of spendable Dapper in return. And I think this was great for many reasons. Really, it's kind of like deleting your ex's number out of your phone, getting rid of these old, flotsam, crappy, nothing moments in your collection that you really don't want. And by getting rid of them, you get $10 to buy whatever you want. What could possibly be wrong with that? That to me is great. And that also shows the utility of being able to do something with the bullshit moments in your collection that you don't care about. And that was one of Drew Austin's main points if you didn't catch up. So now some things are coming back to me, K Dunn, is that he said that he has shoeboxes full of crappy cards that are never going to be worth anything at his mother's house in the attic. And he's never going to touch those things, and they're never going to be worth anything. Whereas on NBA Top Shot, when you have things like that, you can literally just flip them into something else. And that is way more fun to have that kind of utility. And that makes a lot of sense. So I thought Drew Austin actually made a really good point on that one. And K Dunn says that Drew lost because he's fallen for the act. And I guess there's some truth to that. But not everyone has that sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like not everyone sort of gets the sarcasm either. At the end, he was a little irritated. He said, like, I just don't like when the trolling and like, the sort of, in other words, saying like when you take it a little too far. That's kind of what Twitter's all about. It's like taking it too far and being a prick. And like, it must suck if that bothers you. And I suppose if I was on the other end of that, you kind of just mute and take a walk for a couple days. Otherwise, you could really get sucked into the hive mind. And if that hive mind is negative, that probably isn't very fun. But I think Drew Austin's not having a bad time. I mean, he's actually having a very good time. He's very active on Twitter. So I actually tried to get Drew to come on the show before, but he actually has a show like at the same time where he talks about crypto and blockchain and things of that nature. I believe it's called Red Beard Radio, if you ever want to check it out. Sean says Bill Clinton looks old as fudge. Thank you, Sean. K Dunn says things will always be worth 10 cents on floaty. They're worth more than 10 cents on floaty, K Dunn, if you haven't taken a look lately. I think the trade tickets are worth about maybe 40 cents right now, 30 cents. And you could actually turn a profit with that $10 burn. You could actually buy 25 trade tickets on floaty and turn like a $2.50 profit. And we saw our friend from floaty, Trevor, actually go on Twitter and say like, who gives a fuck? Buy the moments and just do it for the culture. Who cares about the $2? Just do it for the culture. And you know what, Trevor? You're right. That's why I truly wish actually that we had these kind of events every week, because why not? Get rid of all this crap. If you do have enough money, enough Dapper, and it's Dapper that people have to spend anyway, you can give it back to people. They can go buy stuff they actually want to buy. It actually shows up as purchases. So it actually your data kind of looks good from it too. So yeah, I think it's a win-win. And I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see it spread across rares, maybe even legendaries. Let people burn and earn Dapper to buy stuff that they prefer to have. And that's actually something that our friend Bermura was talking about also. He writes these very detailed blogs, and one of the parts of his blogs that make a lot of sense is that when new supply comes out of players, you should use the old supply to earn it. And like when new supply is being planned, you should ask the community what they'd like to see, what they want to see minted, because his point about this latest Run It backpack was that there were very few secondary market or just marketplace buys of the latest Run It Back legendaries. Although I don't know if it included floaty buys, but Chris Mullen, Tim Hardaway, Scott Skiles, there weren't that many marketplace buys. And so his point therefore was like, well, since there's not a lot of marketplace buys for these players, then people don't actually want them. I don't know if I completely agree with that concept. But I do think there's some truth to the fact that people would definitely get more hype and more excited if they could vote on the plays that they were going to be minted and the plays that they would be able to purchase. I think that's a no-brainer, and it's like a Web3 moment that should happen amongst the community. So Badawine says you can burn those cards and cook over it. That's true. It is good fireplace, whatever you call it. You can throw it in a fireplace. K Don says Drew Austin is bad vibes, gives Martin Shkreli shivers down my spine. Wow. Sean said, did Drew do his Twitter Zoom? Sean, those are two different things, my friend. M&M's, that's a new name. Hello. Hey, Tandy. Hi, M&M's. Nice that you're here. New name, a very calming thumbnail there. Looks like is that a mountain peaks or waves? I actually can't tell. They look like mountain peaks with clouds. Very beautiful. Thank you for sharing that beauty with us today, M&M's. And K-Dunn said, I meant in 10 years. I meant in comparison to the crap in his basement. Sean says, is Michael Rubin going to buy Top Shot? I don't think so, because Mikey Rubin said he doesn't like digital assets. Team Hold, Mikey Zakarian is here. He says, Tandy, thoughts on Top Shot Tony saving the world yesterday? Mike, you got to rewind a little bit. I did talk about Tony. I did think it was a great conversation, very diplomatic, nice. I was impressed with Tony, the way that he was able to throw in some jabs, but still give Drew the platform to have a discussion. And I actually think that kind of thing was fun, entertaining, good stuff. I enjoyed it. We even saw a Poker Pro Eric from Brooklyn appearance, who I didn't know that was a thing, but we miss Poker Pro Eric, of course. He used to be very active on these streams, and now he's gone. Sean says, what did Top Shot Tony say? You got to rewind a little bit, Sean. Eminem says Top Shot Tony is a villain. LB is here with a bird and muscles, a strong bird, it sounds like. Sean says, what did Tony do that was so bad? Tony didn't do anything that was so bad, Sean. Basically, Tony called out Drew Austin. Mainly, the main thing that he called out Drew Austin for was that Drew made a tweet. So first of all, you got to understand that Drew is a big-time supporter of Top Shot. Some might say a simp. That's why he played the simp clip. Kind of can do no wrong for the most part. Top Shot can do no wrong for the most part in Drew's eyes. And some people say it's because Drew is a VC investor, but Drew will tell you that the amount of money he's put into his moment purchases far outweighs the amount of money that he invested in Dapper Labs. Okay. So I'm saving you the listen if you don't want to listen. Some people in here wanted a recap. I've given you a recap. And now I've lost my train of thought. Great. Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. So sorry. Okay. Eminem says it's the default Google PFP. I love it. M&M's. Stan says, you know what, M&M's, if this was 2021, someone would be buying that PFP for like $20,000. Stan says his point, Bramira, is that challenge rewards for Grant Hill, David Robinson are no longer motivating people to buy. Maybe better to put them as pulls in the pack. That could be true. I mean, I think I'm pretty hyped for Grant Hill, and maybe some people are pretty hyped for David Robinson. But me personally, like, I would probably just wait until people are distracted with something else if I really want to own either of those moments. That's just me. Some people want to do it and now and try to get the good cereal. But anyway, Sean says, did Roham speak at the DNC convention? That's a good question, Sean. And you know, one thing that was making the rounds on Twitter too was that Kamala Harris was adopting Joe Biden's plan to basically tax you for thinking about profits or something, or tax unrealized gains. And that was making the rounds on Twitter. Whereas I'm fairly sure that that's not true. And it only applies to families worth over $200 million. So I think the bulk of you guys and people on Twitter are probably going to be okay, just so you know. But that is a scary thought of like unrealized gains being taxed. It's crazy. Baldwin says it's a chart showing the Top Shot market cap. Team Hold, Mikey Zakarian says, hopefully it won't be a thing. Van City Springer says, Top Shot Tony's the GOAT. LB says, that's the symbol of Titty Man. Oh, okay. Maybe you're watching, maybe you're a little behind, LB. And Sean says, does Tony work for Top Shot still? Great question. I didn't know that Tony worked for Top Shot, but that would be pretty amazing if he did. And people are a little confused here. Team Hold saying the best part was that he thought Tony was a real person. I agree. That was the best part. Sean says, who is curating the moments if they fired the Ginger? Who, the Ginger? The person that was curating the moments, as far as I know, was Austin and Brandon is still there. Alexa says, speak for yourself. Sean says, what did you buy with your $10 Dapper, Tandy? Well, that specific $10, I haven't bought anything, but I have bought a bunch of rares recently, mostly for giveaways and also for future fast break plays, including Ja Morant, which we are giving away, as well as Daniel Gafford. You might be surprised the numbers that Daniel Gafford puts up. Really impressive. Because that's what I'm trying to do every week. Try to give away a couple rares, one ideally better than the other. So that's what we're doing. LB says they won't come from my unrealized Top Shot gains. That's true. Grote says, hold the phone. Something on Twitter wasn't true. Never, Grote, never. And LB says, I'm behind. And Sean says, Twitter is never wrong. Twitter told me that Tim Waltz served in Warzone with guns. I'm not caught up on that one. But anyway, Mr. Kicker says, Ja, how are we doing so far? We're halfway through the show. We're doing pretty good. What else is going on? Fast Break is back. Did you guys know that? Fast Break is back. If you play WNBA Fast Break, that's back. And what's exciting is to anticipate what this is going to be like for the NBA, because that's going to be coming soon. So I haven't been playing the WNBA product, but you know, we got our leaderboard, we got our rewards here. So first, the top 10 people get a metallic gold pack by the run reward. And you also, of course, get your milestone rewards. If you get 7, you get the 7-win pack. And you get your stats. You can make your private rooms and play with friends. So this is all fun stuff. Pretty cool. What else? Should we see what those packs are going for? I'm kind of curious. If we go to Marketplace packs, and if we go to Fast Break, will that be there? Yeah. So Fast Break, WNBA Run 7. I guess that would be, yeah, there you go. So, that's a 1 moment pack. Really? For $4? 1 moment? Yeah. So Still seems like a nice return if you can get rewarded. If you can get rewards and play Fast Break and get those packs, you can sell 1 moment packs for $4. That's crazy. Gafford is the landlord, says QA. And LB says, was that Judge's house or is he squatting? That's a good question, LB. I cannot confirm or deny if he is squatting or if that is his house. In this case, his apartment. But that was a fun stream. I'm glad that we got Judgy back on the stream. Judgy is an entertaining guy, and some people can't stand Judge, and some people love Judge, and those are good guests, in my opinion. And QA says the WNBA rares are quite expensive. Is that true, QA? Let's take a look at some WNBA rares, because that obviously is a direct correlation to Fast Break, because people want to win Fast Break. So that's why my favorite thing to do, because I like speculation and I like Fast Break, is I look for rares that I think are going to serve me well. So if we were to filter and go to league and go to WNBA and go to rares, ownership. Oh, they're on. Okay. Yeah, recently purchased. So people still love purchasing Caitlin Clark. And you can see like Olivia Epopa, $27. Skylar Diggins Smith, $80. Candace Packer, $57. You know, these are some nice priced rares. When you can compare them to some of the cheapest NBA rares, then the WNBA rares are quite at a healthy price point, I must say. So good on you guys. If you guys are playing WNBA Fast Break and you're owning and flipping and speculating on these rares, it seems like there is some juice to be squeezed. Unless you're going after people like Tina Thompson or Katie Smith or, Cheyenne Parker. But anyway, it looks like there's some action there, so that's always good to see. Nice to see that. So Grote with the hot take here, saying that the WNBA rares are high in price because supply isn't a complete joke like NBA Top Shot rares, and supply is definitely an issue. And of course, we're going to give you the drop if I could just find it. Yeah. That's pretty much what Bromira is going on about, though. Like when he talks about the kind of new ways to get moments, it's pretty much around the idea of supply, because supply is like the thorn in your side when it comes to sort of what happened to the NBA Top Shot marketplace. It's because of supply, of course. And when we can see ways to reduce supply, we get excited. And when that is for Dapper to credit to then spend on the marketplace, we get excited, and we just want to see more of that. So I, of course, hope they lean even more into that. Hopefully more into older supply as well, not just the latest supply when we're doing crafting and burning and things of that nature. So let's see. It's a big series 24, 25. I'm optimistic. I hope they can do some interesting things, especially now that Fast Break is going to be smoothly running I hope so. I hope it is smoothly running, and that they can go and scour the internet for people who want to play and get them involved. Because if you recall, they had a really nice promotion last season where there were like these beginner Fast Break packs. I think they were $10, and you could get like the top 20 players that were being used just nicely for you in a Fast Break pack for a few bucks. And then you could just play Fast Break and try to win packs. So super easy to get involved. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there was even a rebate. So it was like $10 to get involved, and then you still got $10 to spend on the marketplace or something like that. So that is the way that you get people in here, in my opinion. And let's see. That's what I would do if I was NBA Top Shot. If I was Dapper Labs, I would definitely be going as hard in the paint as I could with Fast Break, making sure that those private rooms could get larger. I think right now there's a cap at 100. You definitely want to see that cap go up, maybe to 1,000 ideally. And then I would just go after people and go after groups, go after Twitter accounts, go after everybody and say, hey, Fast Breaky, it's fun. It's fantasy. You get packs. You can resell those packs. You can do whatever you want. And guess what? We'll throw in something extra for you. That's what I would be doing if I was on the marketing team with NBA Top Shot. That's what I would do. I would put the full court press on that. Stan saying that Reese is going up because new Ice Age movies is coming out. That's not very nice, Stan. ND Maynard says the WNBA MG Elite also had challenge premiums. And Quack Quack says Matic Auto smoke some. When China, when Jordan says Matic. We shall see, by the way, who is the next run it back drop, because obviously you all know we have 6 run it back drops. I think that's what I heard. So we've had 2 of those. We still have 4 more run it back drops. It will be interesting to see who is included. But also, it's one of these tough things where it's like we've been talking about this for many years, but it's the balance between being good custodians of your community. So not like overloading supply, not introducing a bunch of new stuff that, that people only want to flip or something like that. But then it's the other side too, which like, if this is the collectible product that we aim for it to be, then who doesn't want to collect historical moments of fun players for a few bucks? So I can kind of see both sides of it, to be honest. But it gets tricky because I think a lot of people are reserving these packs with the idea of flipping them. So it's not even really about the fact they want the moments. It's the fact they think they can make money by flipping them. And that's another thing that we can go check. The Origins packs were $29 and there was a lot of demand for them. Even though mostly it was people putting in like 500 reservations at a time. And people definitely have problems with that. That's one of the things that they talked about on the Top Shot Tony stream with Drew, was the fact that, you had these huge credit card holds to get packs, and that's not a very good user experience. But you can see that the Origins pack is $49. So that is from $29 to $49. That's pretty solid. And some of these people who got a bunch of them, they make $20 per pack, and they peaked at around $59. So $30 per pack. And you can see some people are going hard in the paint. 1, 2, 3, 4 packs right there. That's 200 bones right there by Mr. Dillon. So I hope he got what he wanted. And a funny thing too is that there's somebody cornering the market on Antoine Walker moments, but it looks like it's now down in price. Yesterday I was looking at this and the Antoine moment was $69. But it looks like it came back down. That was kind of crazy. But even now, I mean, Antoine Walker at 38 is definitely a lot higher than any of these other moments, I'm guessing. Like, what's a Stackhouse going for? 17. There you go. And Russell Westbrook is actually a really cool moment. I mean, I'm sure most people will say, well, why do we need more Russell Westbrook rares? But this is actually one of the cooler moments. Like, if you're a true Russell Westbrook fan, seeing him as a rookie yamming it over Chalmers on the Heat is a pretty great moment. Yeah, that was like classic Rusty Westbrook right there. All right, let's keep on going. Stan says Boston Base is burning his 9 Lives lounge set, so give him a last look in. Oh, okay. Is he really? Here you go, Boston Base. Badawine says, does Top Shot have ABA rights? Hashtag Dr. J. I don't think so, Badawine, but I don't know. Jordan says, is the archive set still a thing? Well, it feels like they've moved off the archive set, Jordan, for these new run it back moments. Maybe the archive set has sort of a sour... Well, no, I wouldn't say if it has a sour taste. I would thought it would have had a sour taste, but they released those newer archive moments in the team pack. So I imagine we'll see those kind of moments again. Just kind of random players that true fans of their teams really like, and probably no one else does. Sean says, Archive Rondo, bye. The Top Shot Hot Chat says, Boston Base better win at least one legendary moment. Stan says, I only had to put $14,500 to land 8 packs. Congratulations, Stan. Badawine says, a Yabusele Top Shot debut price prediction. Well, right when it comes out or a year from now? I'd say a year from now, $1. Right when it comes out, where will it peak? That's a good question. Where will the Yabusele Top Shot debut peak? I'll say it peaks at $6. $6. The Yabusele will peak. Stan, the Heat fan, 2-time champion Chalmers, by the way. Sean says, has anyone ever burned a whole set of Nine Lives Lounge before? I don't know. Boston Bay says, though, that he's happy to escape that cult. Wow. And Sean says, can we get a Trump impression of his thoughts on the DNC so far? And Grote asks, Boston Base, why are you burning the Cool Cats set? So I don't know. Boston Base, you'll have to answer that one. And Sean says, thank God my Top Shot collection isn't worth over $100 million anymore. I know that's a lot of pressure when it's over $100 million, isn't it, Sean? Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. What a bunch of losers in Tandy's chat. And I see Sean golfing. I would say that you were golfing on my golf course, but we both know you can't afford it, Sean. We both know you can't afford a Trump golf course. You can't afford it, but I'll let you eat a hot dog in the parking lot. How about that, Sean? You can eat a hot dog in the parking lot. And you want to ask me what I think about the DNC? Well, I think it's weak. I think Kamala is a communist. I think she wants to steal all your money. I think she wants to put your children into Vietnamese rice paddy slave camps. Many people are actually saying that she said this. She wants your kids to be in a Vietnamese slave labor rice paddy camp. And I believe that the people teaching them how to collect the rice paddies will be LGBTQ, ABC, women with beards. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's going to be women with beards teaching your poor, beautiful kids, all filled up with vaccinations and just filled with autism. Autism to the brim. So much autism, folks. Oh my goodness, so much autism. You've never seen so much autism. And these beautiful little babies, but now they're just filled with autism, collecting rice paddies while a bearded Vietnamese woman is telling them to go faster, pick up more rice paddy, collect faster. People need it. Many Americans like Sean are waiting to eat their rice paddy, so hurry up, you little American children. That's what I believe is happening. Okay, well, thank you for that, Trump. Didn't expect that one, but I appreciate that. We're always welcome here to have the former president of the United States making an appearance on Tandy Time. You know, you wouldn't expect it. But Trump plays for all crowds. Doesn't matter how many views he gets. Sean says we need legendary moments minted for the Oprah speech and Kamala speech. Trump missed the thoughts on titties. Oh, geez. Trump's thoughts on titties. Oh, well, I'm back. Alexo, you want my thoughts on titties? Well, in my opinion, the faker the better, Alexa. I like to be with a couple of titties that I know can save me if I'm lost at sea. If I get thrown overboard on Trump SS, I want to know that the lovely lady next to me, ideally one that I can order from Eastern Europe, has a whole lot of silicone in those boobies so that she can make sure that I can float safely to sea, because I'm not a very good swimmer. Believe it or not. I mean, I can do many things. I'm an incredible athlete, but I like large. Ideally, if there was some helium in those, they could just take me to shore. Please don't cancel me. Thank you. All right. Well, that was a little bit rude. Not very appreciative of that, Trumpy, especially for the ladies that might tune into the show at some point. That might not be kosher. But anyway, by the way, there is what was that? Run it back. Quick grip packs available. Okay, I think those are the ones that you already knew were available. I don't think those are the trade ticket ones. Airplane mode says bars. We already wrapped once today, airplane mode. If only we could replace Trump with Tandy Trump. Huge upgrade. Top Shot users, major vote winner for Trump, says Chubby. Mr. Kicker gives a skull emoji. Sean says, did you ever collect the Pinnacle Disney pins? Which is your favorite? Sean, I just don't have enough time in the day to collect Disney pins, to be honest. But I got to admit, the artwork on those is pretty damn good. very impressive artwork. But if I had to choose like a favorite character, I don't know. Do I have like a favorite Disney character? I don't think that I do, honestly. I like Kermit the Frog, but that's not a Disney character. I'm more of a Muppets guy, Sesame Street guy. In fact, my daughter, who is one of the first words that she said was Elmo. So I have a little Elmo here that she left on my desk. So I'm pro Sesame Street, pro Muppets, Jim Henson. That's what I like. So until Disney Pinnacle starts doing some Jim Henson moments, that's what I'm waiting for. Bodwine, what did I just do? Bodwine says Trump is a bolt-on man. Exactly. He wants to be carried safe to shore. Maynard says make Top Shot great again. Sean says Trump wins equals Top Shot goes up. Kamala wins, Top Shot goes down. That's what the science says. Chubby says there aren't any ladies here. Don't worry. The only one went back to work. It's true. But Banana might catch up, and then I'm going to be very sad that Alexo made Banana uncomfortable potentially. Let's see. Yeah, I think she actually said, "Oh no!" after seeing your show. That's a good comment, Boston Base. That's definitely the comment of the day. Anyway, Banana's here. What happened? Well, Trumpy was being very inappropriate, Banana. That's what happened. Black History is here. Hello, sir. I think the people showing up now, they know that the giveaway time is almost here. Sean says, does that Janie lady still have an account? I don't know, Sean. That's a good question. We should ask her. We should get Janie back on the show. So let me now collect all the names, and we are going to give away some lovely, lovely rare moments. We're going to give away the Ja Morant, and we are going to give away the Daniel Gafford. So I'm going to use ChatGPT to get these into a CSV. And if you want to get involved, if you want to get a part of this giveaway and you're here, a loyal OnlyTan, you are here live, then just put Trumpy in the chat. That's right, Trumpy in the chat. And we will collect your name and we will add you to the giveaway wheel. So just put Trumpy in the chat and you can get on the wheel. So let me make a little something or other here to tell you to do it. Where's the banners? Here's the banners. Let's see. Trumpy in the chat. There we go. Trumpy in the chat. Trumpy in the chat. Trumpy in the chat gets you on the wheel. And please, please, please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I mean, there's some new names in here. M&M's. Make sure you're subscribed, sir, with that beautiful PFP. Make sure you've liked the stream. Make sure you have subscribed to the stream. Because I don't know. I think my YouTube overlords like that kind of thing. I don't actually truly know. But just like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. You just tap buttons. Tandy gives me a Trumpy, says Van City Springer. Ooh la la. And Banana says, I'm going to need a win. That's right. And again, this is thanks to the fine people at Beta. We appreciate you, Beta. Thank you for sponsoring. And if you haven't got involved, definitely check out the description of this video and get involved. You can get free Beta for doing things, for just collecting like you already do on NBA Top Shot. So we love Beta.
Beta.
All right. So I have 22 active people in the chat right now. So that's pretty damn good odds. I am going to now get the wheel of names going. Let's get that going. Okay. So I'm going to give everyone in the chat 3 entries. There you go. 3 entries. And then I'm going to select the people from Twitter, and they are going to get 1 entry each. Although I did promise, I think it was Likha. Was that his name? Lika. I think I promised him that I would give him a couple extra entries. So let me just make sure that that's the right person. Of course, this is going to be difficult to go find. Oh man, there's too many people. I think it was Likha. Likha. I'm scrolling. Yeah, it's Likha. So Likha is 4 a.m. for Likha. I'm going to give Likha an extra couple of entries here. Likha. There you go. Likha. All right. Likha. All right, let me make sure that we don't have any extra entries. We do, of course, because that always happens. Jesus. We have to go do this again. We got one extra entry in there, so I got to go do it again because I just can't sleep at night if I know that one of you came here, you did what you were asked to do, and then you didn't get on the wheel. That makes me incredibly sad. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to do this again. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. We are ready to go. We have the names on the wheel, and here it is. Look at that beautiful wheel. And Hawk to us, says Banana. All righty. Explains his lack of sleep last night. That's right. And Boston Bay says last night Biden said Hawk Tua, vote on that thing. Baldoline says, where did this person lick a you to deserve this? Yeah, boy. Oh boy, what's going on in the chat, guys? All right. Trumpy has been in the chat, and we are going to spin it. This first moment is going to be the Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford. Let's zoom in a little bit, and let's see who gets the Daniel Gafford. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Is it if there's a number on it, it's a Twitter name. If there's no number, it's someone here in the chat. Ooh. Jake the Shake. Look at that. The guy that gives away stuff all the time. Jake the Shake wins Daniel Gafford. Jake the Shake. So congratulations to Jake the Shake. Let's hope he watches this on replay. But Jake the Shake, you have won the Daniel Gafford. And now we're going to ask, would you guys like to just do a quick old wheel, or do you want to do a duck race for the jaw? So let me know in the chat. You want a quick wheel or you want a duck race? And Weisberg is here. Did we get Weisberg? I hope we did, because I feel like he came in late. Oh, we did not get Weisberg. Sorry, Weisberg, but we'll get you in for the jaw. So do you guys want to do duck race, or do you guys want to do quick and dirty wheel? Let's see what you say. Oh, looks like people want to be quacked. They want the duck race. All right, let's do the duck race then. Let's get the names. We got 26 people. Okay, we got a couple extra people coming in late. Next time we're going to have to do the giveaway at the beginning of the stream to just throw everybody off. But let's get this ready. Let's get the duck race going. All right, let's get the duck race going. Make sure that there's still 26. There's still 26. Okay, let's get the names in there. And this is for a very lovely Ja Morant Rising Stars Series 2 moment. Anyone would love to have this one. Definitely one of my favorite thumbnails on the NBA Top Shot site. I love the pink and yellow. It just looks great. All right, here we go. Rent seekers, exactly, QA. A bunch of sad rent seekers in this chat. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at those lovely ducks. Here are the lovely ducks. Oh, look how lovely they are. They're so lovely. Okay, we are going to shuffle. I'm going to take one last look. Oh, someone actually dropped off. Okay, that's okay, though. 26. One of you may have dropped out of the chat. Hopefully, it's an active person that wins, but we're going to shuffle a few times here. And we are going to see who is going to take home the Ja Morant Rare. On your mark, get set, go. All right. We have Vancity Springer with an early lead. We got a naked duck down here. I don't know who that is. Getty is right behind him with the herpes duck. The herpes duck is now barely in the lead. Getty, the herpes duck, is in front, number 10. But Stan Loves, the flamboyant duck, is now in front, it looks like. Or Hugo Augustus, though, is also right in front. Hugo Augustus is in front, but K Dunn is now in the lead. Grote was that naked. Oh, Grote was not that naked duck, but Grote is now coming up from behind, or from behind. He's on the bottom of the screen. But Sean is also in front. He's got a hard hat on from working on Trump buildings, surely. But airplane mode, number 1, the pink duck is a full length ahead of the rest of the pack. But here comes Alexo, naked duck. He's trying to make some ground on airplane mode. He's making ground, but he gets rugged. We see Mike Weisberg, though, with the NAS. Oh, my God, Mike Weisberg's going to take it, isn't he? Oh, my goodness. Mike Weisberg shows up at the end of the stream, and Mike Weisberg just rugs everybody. He seeks his way to a victory. Wow. Weisberg with the win, with the big win, gets the Ja Morant rare Rising Stars moment. So congratulations to Mike Weisberg. Unbelievable. Mike Weisberg gets the Ja Morant. Congratulations, Mike Weisberg. That's going to be a great fast break play, I must say. Rug, says Jesse. Yeah, some people definitely got rug just now. Absolutely. Mike Weisberg. Okay. Take it to the VAR, says QA. I know, right? I should. Not fair. Totally rigged. Totally rugged. Sean's giving me a stop shot name. Sean, you got to win something for that. Anyway, I guess that's about it, everybody. You're right. Mike didn't watch the counter. He doesn't deserve to win for not watching the counter, but maybe that'll be a rule that we have to implement in the future. You got to watch the 5-minute countdown if you want to win. You got to send me a screenshot of you watching the 5-minute countdown with the clock, with the time in the back. So I know you didn't rewind. I got to know that you're watching the countdown live, showing me your computer screen, showing me your phone also to show me what time it is. Then everybody has to take that photo, upload it to Twitter for proof. Tag everyone you know, every Twitter name you can think of, tag every single one. And then you are eligible. I think that's what we got to do moving forward. Boston said, I had a great fortune today. Really? Congrats, Boston. What happened? I want to share it with everyone, so stay tuned. What? Boston, tell us what happened before we sign off for the day. What great fortune did Boston Base have? Boston Base does have a lot of great fortune on Top Shot, at least. He's always hitting some crazy pulls. Brotherwine says, is there going to be a giveaway on Team Hold playback? You got to ask Mike Weisberg for that one. Mike's going to flip that moment to Drew Austin, says Sean. And Mike says, this Ja moment stays in the account. Absolutely. All right. Well, I said stay tuned, said Boston Base. Stay tuned. Don't you know what stay tuned means? Okay, fine. Jeez. So abrasive. Anyways, everybody, that is it for today. M&M's was so close to the duck race. M&M's, make sure you like and subscribe. I want to see M&M's in the subscriber list. Anyway, thank you all for making the time. I hope you had fun. I had fun. Sometimes we don't know what we're going to talk about, but we still do this anyway, so that we just have a place on a Thursday to come together, hang out, and then go our separate ways until the next week. So I hope that's what we've achieved today, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week and weekend. Enjoy these last few weeks of summer, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Static Selector.